Class, since you've all done your homework and read today's assignment, I really don't need to go over it again, do I now? Oh, some of you didn't read today's case study? You were, what? Look, this is the Rady School of Business Management, one of the nation's top 10. You don't think you're going to get an MBA because I'm nice, do you? This ain't the seminary, dudes. Okay, I'll go over this one more time so that everybody is on the same page, and especially for those that had more important things to do than their business homework. A man had a vineyard. It had been a really good year weather-wise. The grapes were full and the harvest was plenteous. So Mr. Mondavi gets up early, showers and shaves, and gets in his pickup truck and drives down to hire some people down at Home Depot to help to pick some grapes. Unfortunately, everybody else is growing too, and the pickings are slim, as they say, for laborers. And he has to pay a premium wage to get the people that he needs. So say perhaps $200 a day. What? What, George? Oh, you think that's a ridiculous wage, huh? All right, all right. A denarius was a day's pay, remember? I'm just making it a good day's pay. A couple dollars might be okay for the King James Version, but hey, notice this is a case study that's set in 2006, a Republican administration. I'm making it $200 a day and that's it, okay? Okay. All right, anyway, Mondavi loads his crew into the pickup and heads back to the vineyards. But the harvest is so good, and the grapes are so ripe, and he's got to have more. He's not going to get this all in, and we don't want any of these late harvest things going on if a frost should come. So he goes hightailing back into the village at 9 o'clock, and then at noon, and finally at 3 o'clock, getting more and more workers and agreeing to the same line. He'll pay what's right, top dollar. Well, 1 hour before quitting time, he still sees that the job's not going to get done with all those guys out there, so he goes back one last time, and even though the hour is late, he finds a group of losers that nobody would want to hire. They're shooting craps and drinking Ripple on the corner, wasting time, and Bob thinks, well, what the heck, I'll just go back and see what they'll do, and they say, well, what the heck, it's only a half-hour work or something, maybe we can get enough money to go have some on a six-pack or something. Let's go! Okay, George, go back over the story. What do you think happens when Mondavi drops off each successive group of workers? Right. They talk to the other guys that are already there, and they ask them, what did the old man say he'd pay you? $200. Well, let's see. Do the math. 200 divided by 12. That means those of us that got here at noon will get 100. Wow! And that, you guys that just got here, well, let's see. That's a good $16 plus. You can buy a couple six-packs with that. But Bob Mondavi has a surprise for them. At the end of the day, with his grapes in his vat, he's a happy camper. He's perhaps been into a little of his Mondavi 95, and he's feeling good. At any rate, he pays off everybody, beginning with those losers, those shiftless losers who got there last. So when the first guy opens with, you know, the one with the sunglasses and the gold earring, opens his envelope and he finds $10, $20 bills there, no, George, he doesn't say, Mr. Mondavi, excuse me, I think you made a mistake. He hightails it out of there as fast as he can with his sealskin shoes and his CD player, and he is gone. And And when his friends, who got there earlier, open their envelopes and catch up with him, he can't wait to tell them what jerks they were for sweating it out there all day when they got the same money as he did. And in the cool of the evening, too. Now think about all those people who had been there since dawn. What do you suppose they're thinking? Well, they hightail it back to Mondavi and start screaming their heads off. Is this any way to run a vineyard, they say? Look, pal, says Mondavi, by the time you figure this out, you'll know what I'm up to. And of course, Mondavi is now on his second bottle of wine himself. Who made you chief bookkeeper, he says. You agreed to work for $200 a day. You worked one day, you got $200. If I want to give some guy in sunglasses and the gold earrings the same as you, so what? Why is your nose bent out of shape? I'm having a good time. Here, there are no early insiders or late outsiders. Here, everybody gets to get in on the party and have a good time. Why should you mope around about my generosity? Go on down to the tasting room and have a great glass of Chardonnay on the house. Drink up or get out. Now, class, time to think hard. Is this a parable about judgment or a parable about grace when it comes to God? Okay, Gladys?
Grace.
Oh, you say grace. Okay. I suppose that's because the losers got clobbered by the sheer, undeserved, extravagant love of God. Okay. Can you think of any other extravagant, reckless parables? Yes, George, I know. Yeah, that's it. The Pharisee and the publican. Yep, the one man was a no-count, money-grabbing tax collector, the other a Bible-believing, pious Lutheran person, and the tax collector was justified, but not the other. Good. Any others? Oh, yes, Virginia. The prodigal son. That's right. Yep. Where the no-count wine woman and song Hellraiser is forgiven, and the good, high SAT-scoring older brother comes up short. Good. It's a story of grace. God is good. Yes, Virginia? Oh, you say judgment. Huh. How so? Oh, okay. Because the outcome was great for that penitent but no-count publican, but lousy for the high-principled Pharisee. Yeah? And because the father's mercy felt great to the returning prodigal son, but it kind of went down like castor oil for the faithful mind-your-mother older brother. Okay. Let's say it is one person's grace and another person's judgment. That's the way it is. Heaven to one, hell to another. How many of you, for putting this one down as good news, how many of you see it as bad? Well, I thought grace, the gift, was supposed to make everybody feel good. Why does grace sometimes sting?
Doesn't seem fair.
You know what John Wesley said once? He got driven out of his pulpit. He said, there's few matters more repugnant than the grace of God. Repugnant? I had a SEMPROF once tell me that it's simply a fact that people regularly understand and appreciate God's grace as it applies to them, but fear and resent seeing it applied to others. Hey, your younger brothers!